Let me check volume. Surely it's too low. Wow. Okay, let's get it back up there. So, what really happened last night with me and these thoughts that I was getting that they were just going to crash the economy with his loss? I had a friend, highly intelligent. He was like, talked to him today. He was like, I was right there with you. I wasn't the only one thinking that. Um, the the art of the deal, Donald Trump. Excuse me, I was burping, and we got the double. So let's take a look at this. Double check volume. I'm sorry, I meant the art of the comeback. So he wrote this book, um, Donald Trump, The Art of the Comeback book, Wikipedia. Let's take a look at it. So it was in 97, October 31st, 244 pages. So let's take a look at that. 1997, October 31st, Rocktober, 9867. That's such an interesting number for something else. But we know the 98th verse is the white horse crowning verse, and we know 86 means to get rid of or eliminate if you include both dates. Now, you don't have to include both dates. He wasn't declared president until the 6th. So just run it to the 6th. You get 9868. And we know that 68 is Antichrist and one of those ciphers, one of the base ciphers in Gematria. And 68 is a reversal of 86. So it's about rising, death and right, death, 86, to be 86th. And rising is the reversal of being 86th at 68. But 68 is also Antichrist, and 68 is also Donald Trump in those base ciphers. So let's look at them. The other base cipher quit working, the website. So let me try it on this one. If we say Antichrist, there's a 68 reverse reduction. And using that same one, we're going to put Donald Trump. So it's Donald J. Trump, isn't it? There it is. Reverse reduction. Donald J. Trump is 68 in reverse reduction, and Antichrist is 60. So it's a complete, it's telling you Donald Trump is Antichrist right there. Um, and it just so happens as a coincidence. Hey, it's 614, y'all, his birthday. It's just a coincidence that the art of the comeback was a perfect 868. It's got 68 in the days of the day he was declared coming back. And this is not the deadly wound that's healed. It's not, it's going to, the deadly wound will be a literal, seemingly that he has come back from the dead. We're waiting on that event. 90, again, so it's 9868 from the release of that book and to his comeback. The 98th verse, 9868, the 98th verse is the white horse crowning Bible verse, the 98th verse of Revelation. It's fused with 86, which signifies his head wound, fused with 68, which signifies the reversal of the head wound or the rising, which would take place spiritually 2 days after, which is when Satan actually simply possesses the body through a ritual. When the clone, body double, twin, whatever takes the right eye wound, his it'll be the actual person where Satan then possesses his body. Heisman Trophy is spelled Heisman is spelled he is man. Who is man? Satan is now man. That's what the Antichrist is. Just like Jesus was God in the flesh, the Antichrist is Satan in the flesh. And the mark of the beast is total human body possession. He'll be the first to actually have the mark as he then runs World War III behind the scenes. Who can make war with the beast, puts an end to World War III. And then, as the earth is then extremely supernatural, the false prophets performing lying signs and wonders, all goats are handed over to believing that he's risen from the dead, like Jesus rose from the dead. So this art of the comeback is it's a direct hit. And I put that on my Facebook. Well, he did write the art of the comeback, and a lot of people that love Trump like the post. People that never like anything that I put, not even a picture of my grandson, they like that post because they like Trump. And so what happened to me last night, thinking that he was going to lose, was I'm in the middle of a real estate purchase and then sell. And I could just see, I was like, oh, well, this will be perfect. Um, they're going to crash the economy. I'm already kind of locked into a purchase of something that will now be overpriced as it will diminish in value. And then what I will try to sell to that then make up for that will diminish. I was like, I can see that happening. I just started laughing. I was laughing with my friends. I'm like, he is going to lose and he'll bow out gracefully. And the economy's just going to get wrecked and crashed because I was just basing all that off just all that. I was like, Lord, all money, all money belongs to you anyway. You've ordained everything. So, your will be done. Whatever's going to happen, you know, just give me strength through the process, whatever it is. Help me make wise decisions, so on and so forth. But I just was like sure of it, right? But it didn't happen. I pulled five of five of four other friends, all females, all around my age, and one other thought the way I did, and three others, they were like, Trump's going to win. And I was like, okay, let's see. I was just kind of, it's like a football game. It was like the Super Bowl. It was like, who do you think's going to win? And yep, that's pretty much what last night was. It was a lot of, me being worried. So I like to put my worries right out there and, just like, I think this is going to happen. Oh boy, here it goes. Other people, I was told today by, again, a very intelligent, good friend. He was like, I was there with you. They were just feeling it too. And, but it didn't happen, and everybody's posting like, oh, watch that stock market go up today. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, look, yo, money is money and money is greed and it all belongs to the Lord. And you're gonna, whatever you've got, you think you earned it with your amazing hard work, intelligence, or it was given to you because somebody died, whatever. It all belongs to the Lord. The Lord has ordained everything on this earth in advance. Before the earth was made, everything is set in stone. So don't pat yourself on the back when you do good, and don't be so hard on yourself when you do bad. Just you are accountable to others um, in the earthly sense. But, you know, there's a lot of people today that are just like, they're just walking around with so much pride. I'm just, and that's just because they haven't been gifted with the Holy Spirit yet. I'm always in hope that the Lord will call. I'm in hope of being called, and I'm definitely hope if you're listening to this, the Lord will call you out of Christmas, Easter, free will, believing, Christianity, all that. and that he would call you to the truth, that he's ordained the end from the beginning, that he is a sovereign God. And those stories in the Old Testament were ordained before the earth was made. That was the actor God playing the role as he's reacting to what the Jews did in real time, but he's just the actor playing the role that the sovereign God ordained he would play in the script called the Word. The scriptures, script, movie script. Trump described the Bible as like a movie, like a great movie, he said. He says, I hate to use this analogy, but it's like a movie, like a great movie. And that's how I describe it to people also. Where God is the writer, director, producer of this thing called Earth Life, and he even starred in cameo appearances as God of the Old Testament, Holy Spirit of the Bible, and Jesus Christ in the New Testament. And Jesus said many times, don't you know I've got to follow the script? Don't you know I must follow the scriptures? Don't you know I must do what the scriptures say? So that's fascinating that he wrote The Art of the Comeback now, and that it hits those numbers like it does. Now let's run it to my January 9th date, but rise on the third day. Let's run it to the 11th, and then we will run it again to the first total lunar eclipse, which could be the abomination of desolation if his event is anytime soon, or January 9th. Then that pi 314 total lunar eclipse, because Trump was born on a total lunar eclipse. Let's run it to 111, the art of the comeback. 9934. 34. I don't know. Not seeing a whole lot there. Let's run it to pi, the total lunar. 9996 days on the art of the comeback. Now that one, of course, is a little more interesting, isn't it? It's an upside down 666, which would be perfect for the mark of the beast, or excuse me, for the abomination of desolation, where World War III is over. So you would have to kill 1 out of 4 people between now and that amount of time. The other lunar eclipse is, hang on, check volume. So the other lunar eclipse in 2025, there are 2 of them. On Pi Day, March 14th, we know about the movie Life of Pi. The other one is September 7th, 77. So I guess the last thing we will do before we call it a day is run this art of the comeback to September 11th, which could be the abomination of desolation. And well, you do get it, don't you? 10,173. And their world, like the Lord's world, zeros are not counted. So it's 1173. 117 is what? I'll say it one more time. 117 is what? Revelation 11:7, the beast rising out of the pit. So a couple items didn't really shake out, and some that did. But the art of the comeback, yeah, that's pretty mind-blowing. The way it hit on the day he was back as president, or that he made his comeback to regain the presidency. That's absolutely, utterly fascinating. But yeah, that's what last night was about. Just just laughing, but just expecting the worst. Absolutely expecting the worst. And the worst will come, just not today. After his right eye wound event, iPet Goat, the AI generated video clearly shows through the eyes of the child, markets crash, war. Because at his event, the day after, the markets will crash and World War III will begin. At least by on the third day after his event, or 2 days after his event. Do you want me to show you that real quick? Hang on just a second. Check volume. So this is an AI generated video called iPet Goat because, Bush, which represents the divine feminine, was Donnie Darko, the Sarasota Mall. He was in a Sarasota, Bush was in a Sarasota elementary school. Donnie Darko in the Sarasota Mall. We remember that. Um, Bush was in a classroom where they were reading The Pet Goat. So this is called iPet Goat 2. We know who the goat is. And what else? What they're saying is it's the next twin Trump event, the twins event. And there's all kind of right eye wound issues going on here. The kid has the right eye wound. Um, we see the towers falling again. You can hear the sound. Yeah, I'll mute the sound, but you see the towers falling, so that means the event has taken place. And here's where it'll say markets crash. Now he's being programmed by the AI or the ghost in the machine because Satan is in the technology. So through the technology, the Antichrist will be entered, the body will be possessed, and the kid ends up standing up, and you can tell he's programmed. And it'll say markets crash right there. So you see NASDAQ 1436. So let's slow it down. Playback, playback speed. I can talk. NASDAQ 4261. S&P 500. 500, of course, is Antichrist in Strong's Concordance. That's why the Daytona 500, he rode the beast around the track. G500, 5G. G500 is Antichrist in Strong's Concordance. What's the reversal of that? 5G, the technology, the ghost is in the machine. S&P 500, minus 65. US dollars, minus 1436. But you see what's being said there in the kid's eyes. Markets crash. Markets, markets, markets plunge. Markets plunge. War. Markets plunge. And so there it is. Markets plunge. And you see war over here on the left eye. Markets plunge over here on the right eye. Well, it says markets plunge, war coming. And it shows the war's beginning. And so yeah, anyway, it's coming. That much we know. All right, love you.